I figured s1mple needed his own intro, so that's what I came up with. Kind of fitting for s1mple, you know, pretty electric player, so I thought he needed something, you know, more his style for the intro for this. You're going to see right off the bat, he throws a nasty pop flash on Lucas here. And I'm sure this was scouted because Immortals are known to fucking... Immortals and SK always push that A ramp. And they may do it more often on the pistol round, I'm not sure. But Navi's a big org, right? They're probably... Most of the big orgs have analysts just to look over demos and see if they could find any spots where they can get some free kills. And I'm sure that was a result of the scouting for s1mple to go with the flashbang on that. Worked out in the pistol round anyways for him. And I remember when s1mple came to NA and joined Liquid. Holy fuck, was I ever on the hype train. I was watching this guy stream like all the time. I used to work out and watch his stream while he was playing. The guy streamed like... he streamed a stupid amount of hours. And he reminded me of someone in FPL. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. What was that guy's fucking name? Oh yeah, that's what it was. How could I forget that? This guy played like he did not give two shits when he was playing FPL or Rank S in NA, and I'm sure he still plays like that in EU. It's actually a really nice kill by Flamey to protect him from the guy's spawn. It's pretty legit. There's actually a spot coming up here where it does kind of look like an aim lock here. You're going to see him line up a little bit and almost shake off a little bit. And I'm going to play it again in slow motion. It actually does kind of look weird. I don't think it's enough to get too excited over. If this starts happening in really important rounds, like this is still early in the game. You know, if a guy's doing this round, fucking 5 rounds from now, and then again like 10 rounds from now, it's a pretty big deal. His crosshair's not in a terrible position either. Like when he uncrouches, he wants his crosshair kind of up there regardless. So I don't think it's the biggest deal, but I'll keep my eye on any other clips like this. I slowed this down as well. I don't think that's too much to worry about. You know, everyone kind of swings upstairs like that. When I go peek stairs like that aggressively, that's exactly what I look like. s1mple, like, he always shoots before he hits the ground, it seems like. I think he mistimed it a little bit there and shot a bit too late, but even later in this round, he's going to climb up on Tetris and jump off and he shoots. You see him with his crosshair near Lucas on underpass, or under Balk, but he was just clearing close corner. See, he shot again there just before he landed. I don't know if he did it again, actually. He shot before he saw both. So when s1mple came, just going back to when he came to NA and played with Liquid, I remember watching him, and I watched fucking like all of his games, man. I watched so many of his matches. He gave up so many free kills just from pushing in bad situations, and sometimes in like important rounds. It wasn't always just fucking throwaway rounds and shit. Like he was doing it in important rounds. And dying and leaving his teammate in a terrible position, shit like that. But yeah, when I saw this round from him and I saw him push kitchen here, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. This push isn't quite as bad, you know, because he wasn't sure where this last CT was. You know, this guy could have been flanking from any direction, right? In which case him being in kitchen would be pretty strong positionally. You're gonna see throughout this demo, and s1mple's been criticized about it a lot in the past, is his fucking crosshair placement. His crosshair placement is so 50-50. Sometimes it's amazingly good, and sometimes it's just total dog shit. And there's actually a few situations this game where it kind of hurts him a little bit. But yeah, this round, I was watching and I'm like, this is a pretty lonely feeling when you're the only guy at mid as a T, and the smokes are kind of fading, and you haven't really gone anywhere. There's just so many fucking angles. I was thinking he probably should have went in connector while that window smoke was up, but he didn't, and he gets shot in the back of the head. This round's a really good example. Watch how, like, his crosshair placement's not good the whole time working up cat. I mean, he's not really looking at much. He has a good peek into connector here, but only really peeks the spawn spot, doesn't really peek anything. And then this peek on cat is like godlike. It's like a sliver peek, and his crosshairs at the exact right spot. It's just so 50-50 with him, you know. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's not. Pistol around here, and it's kind of the same deal. He's going to peek into apps, and you can see he's kind of looking at the ground in apps a little bit. And then as soon as he sees they're coming, crosshair goes right up, head height, and he starts popping heads. Like, as soon as he knows someone's around, he stops looking at the ground, you know. I had to include this round. Check out this jump. Whoops, he missed the jump. Not the biggest deal. So far, we haven't seen fuck all from s1mple, really, in terms of cheating. And he's never really had many clips that look like aimlocks. You could probably make the argument he might be aimbotting. He is like one of the best aimers in the game, so it's not crazy to think that he might be aimbotting, but that's just speculation. And that's a terrible way to die. He gets another really nice peek here. Watch this, right to mid. Boom, perfect. That's not the hardest spot to line up. Pretty much everyone lines that shit up, but it's you know, a good peek. Like, s1mple's got a ton of hours. He lines that shit up fucking no problem. And that's a nasty peek. I don't mind that boosting window. I kind of like that actually a little bit. It's a little bit different. I mean, it's quicker than moving up cat, right? I mean, he could just escape back out while the smoke is still in the window. Check out the radar of this map, and you're gonna see s1mple get baited out of B pretty hard. The T's just threw some smokes from B apps. They threw them over the wall, and I think they pop around connector or something. Then the guy A ramp probably threw his own smoke too, so he gets hard baited out of B here. And 3 terrorists go waltzing into B just right when he leaves. There's a peek here. I did a reaction time measurement on this. And we got 41 frames when I recorded at a quarter speed, which works out to 171 milliseconds. This is the fastest rifle peak that I measured, actually. I made a rush video before this. I was actually wrong on the rush one. When you play the demo at full speed, it doesn't capture as accurately, right? So with the demo playing at quarter speed, you probably get a much better measurement. s1mple and Flamey doing a Bogdan there, giving s1mple the op with him at low HP, but probably for a little bit different reason. They plan on saving it, and Flamey's a terrible opper, so makes a little bit more sense here. Alright, 12-12. We finally have a clip that looks a little bit like an aim lock. Hey, look at that. I don't think it is anything. Pretty sure, you know, the mouse never really stops, actually. It just kind of keeps moving. And they already know they're all over mid, right? And it's a fucking eco round. I feel like if s1mple was a guy with an aim lock key, he'd use it like every round. Just like knowing his personality a little bit. Just from watching him stream. But yeah, I really don't think that clip is too much. You're going to see him have a fucking nasty round here. Him and Seized go YOLO into the van. The easiest spot to molly. But you're going to see the T's choose the molly in front of bench instead. Questionable decision. Doesn't work out for them. That aim lock at the start of the round, I really don't think that was anything. Like his fucking mouse just kind of moved over the guy, really. It never stopped on him. So I don't... Yeah, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. It really didn't look like much. It is a close round, but still, there just wasn't enough there. So s1mple kills this guy with a pistol and then just fucking wrecks the 2 dudes that are left. That's fucking nice, man. I gotta replay that one. Pretty good clutch. Well, I guess he wasn't the last guy left alive, but still, pretty good kills. Him and Seized have a pretty cool setup here. I like this setup. He just spots cat, make sure there's no one coming up cat, and then him and Seized set up a nice little crossfire here with Seized jumping up and down with a Mag 7. He only gets 1 kill out of it, but still, good stuff, good teamwork. When I watch s1mple op, it reminds me a lot of Kenny S, where he just flicks, and if it fucking hits, it hits. If he misses, he doesn't care. He shoots as fast as possible, tries to get the hit, and fucking YOLO if it doesn't, right? It kind of costs him here. He misses a shot he really needed to hit. And then, I don't know about that USP, man. I don't know if he thought he legged him, but yeah, that's not going to work. It's a round where I really thought his bad crosshair placement cost him a lot. He goes into ladder room here, and you're going to see him get peeked. And he's just kind of... He's playing it a little nonchalant with crosshair, as usual, when he doesn't think anyone's around. You can kind of see there was almost an aim lock looking spot there, but it's definitely nothing, because he gets caught way off guard by this guy. And yeah, I really thought his crosshair placement hurt him here. If he would have been up at the fucking head height, it might have made a difference, but you can see he's got to raise his crosshair up and he gets killed for it. Alright, last round. Not last round of the game, but the last round of the game, he just dies and doesn't really do anything, so it's the last round I got to show to you. They throw a fuck ton of mollies in here. That's 2 right there. And then I think they throw 2 more. So they throw 4 out of their 5 mollies, if I'm not mistaken here. But yeah, I don't know if they're throwing the mollies wrong, or maybe it's not possible to get them off top of that ladder, but I don't know if they're assuming it's clear. They don't look there, that's for sure, and he gets a free kill because of it. But yeah, they threw 4 of their 5 fucking mollies in there. which I thought was a little nuts. s1mple actually has a pretty good rounder. He gets some nice pistol kills. And you gotta shoot before you land, man. Does it every time. I guess maybe he thinks it's harder to locate the gunshot than the footstep. Maybe he's right, you know? Could be, for sure. He doesn't end up clutching this out, and Navi go on to lose in overtime for this game. I forget where this fucking game was played, actually. I gotta look that up. I gotta put that in the YouTube title. But I really didn't analyze very much this game. Just talked about his crosshair placement is a well-known kind of issue with s1mple. And it didn't surprise me to see that his crosshair placement was pretty bad in this game. It's been pretty well known that that's an issue or just kind of one of his things, I guess. I really do not, like, that's really not my style of play. My style of play is always to try and keep your crosshair in a good spot and stuff like that, but it seems to work for s1mple. Whether or not that applies to thinking he cheats or not, I don't think that's enough. Like, that's a pretty big stretch, in my opinion. In this game, we didn't see too much. We saw something at the beginning that actually kind of looked like an aimlock, and it looked like he shook off even. It certainly looked weird, but we didn't see anything later on. And even that clip, like, his crosshair wasn't in a bad spot. Like, his crosshair was in a pretty reasonable area for when you're gonna go peek. You know, he didn't put his fucking crosshair in no man's land. And if he was cheating there and didn't cheat anywhere else in the game, that's another thing, right? So I would expect somebody that's cheating to, like that clutch there, he didn't see, right at the end of the game, he didn't seem to know that the guy was at fireboxes. I know his crosshair went over him a few times and stuff, but the way he played it, he really didn't seem like he knew where people were. So, and it was kind of the same in all his clutch situations. He really wasn't playing like he knew where anyone was necessarily. In that 2v1 to end the game, you saw him looking CT and stuff like that. And if he had information on where people were, he obviously wouldn't do that, right? And if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat in fucking overtime, not necessarily right at the beginning of a game when it's 3-1 or whatever it was. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty clean demo. A couple weird things, enough to mention anyways, but not enough to make a strong opinion about. I'm definitely going to look at 3 of s1mple's demos. I'm going to check them out at the major for sure, I think. Assuming Navi do somewhat well, which I'm sure they will. He's definitely one of the best fucking players in the scene, right? So it makes sense for me to do 3 demo reviews of this guy. And his demos are a ton of fun to watch. Like, he really is fun to watch. The fucking guy definitely has his own style of playing and his own way of doing things. Likes to do things a little bit differently, and his fucking op is amazing to watch as well when it hits. So yeah, I'm gonna check out some more clips from s1mple for sure, some more demos, and we'll see how they do at the major. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.